What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, however you want to look at it. You
What up,
see, we
what up,
got
what
the
up,
four
what
of
up?
us in here. Wise is here, Dan's here, Rod's in the building,
Yo,
yours truly is here as well. Of course, we're going to get into a lot of NFL Week 2 action, but I think we need to talk about the most important thing to talk about today. Shout out to the Atlanta Braves. 6 straight division titles, and you clinched it in Philly. They want to talk all that stuff to Ronald Acuna, but that didn't matter because we're moving on. We're trying to get that number 1 seed now and keep things rolling. So that's what really matters today. Shout out to the Braves. They're going for another ring. And now, with that being said, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Yes, sir.
what's
Hey,
going
much
down?
respect. Much respect.
The
is
Braves
looking
are
like
nice,
them
man.
90s
The Braves are
boy.
nice.
Braves looking like them 90s Braves, boy.
They nice, man. I ain't gonna bullshit you.
And the funny thing is, it ain't even the pitching. Like in the 90s, it was all about the Braves pitching. You know what I'm saying? They had the greatest pitchers in the league on one team.
Maddox,
Three
Lavin, and
shows.
Smoltz.
You dig what I'm saying? So now,
Steve Avery.
now you got them bats.
Oh yeah.
Gosh. I mean,
So-
just stack, dog. I mean, do we want to crown him right now? Do we want to go and give him the
No,
World Series?
no. We don't do that in Atlanta. We don't do that in Atlanta. No.
Hey, no excuses though, right? Y'all shouldn't have no excuses.
It's
The
no
Dodgers ain't gonna
excuses.
get y'all. Like,
But here's the thing. You know, in Atlanta, we don't celebrate early. We do
that's fair.
It doesn't work out. Doesn't work out.
that's fair.
It
That's
doesn't
fair.
work out too well. But no, here's the crazy thing about it because you're talking about the bats. So our leading home run hitter, Matt Olson, has 51 home runs this year right now.
51 homers.
If you take away his 51 home runs, we are still like 10 home runs above the second place team. Like that's crazy.
Hey, dog. Like, hey,
That's wild.
I ain't got nothing to say except
Yeah. Look, we don't
Wish
even
I didn't
have
sell
3
my
players
house.
on our team that add up to 51
I
home runs.
wish I
So
didn't sell my house. That's all I gotta say. I wish I didn't sell my house.
shout out to the Braves, man.
Shout out
All
to
right.
the Braves.
Yeah.
But of course, as y'all know, huge Braves fan from Atlanta. I rep Atlanta everything, so I have to shout that out. But no, let's get into it. One of the things I thought that was really interesting, we can talk about the injury itself, but it's brought up a very important conversation. Obviously, the 49ers have been a big part of it because of some of the injuries that they suffered playing back-to-back games in the Meadowlands at MetLife. I think that was in 2020. So, yeah, we can start off here. Obviously, there was a lot of hype about Aaron Rodgers and what the Jets were going to do. You saw how stout that defense was. So your thoughts on the injury, just what it does for the context of the NFL as a whole. And again, like I said, just what you think about the whole turf and grass debate. And hi, Mom. Love you.
Hey, Mrs. Watkins.
Damn, I did my market share. I was trying to type blind in. Danielle, you know what I meant. What up, Danielle?
Oh, hey, that boy got them the Marcus fingers.
The Marcus
boy.
hands right now. Yeah, the Marcus hands.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Pretty much.
It's Neil. What is that?
Let me see if I can Stevie Wonder it real quick.
Let's cook.
But yeah. Back to A-Rod.
What's up,
man? That shit hurt, man. I hurt for that dude. Like, I want to see what the Jets were gonna do. Honestly, like, I hate that it happened, but that field is taking a lot of athletes away. Like, it's taking a lot of athletes away in New York, man. It's something about that. I know they replaced the turf, but
it wasn't.
They replaced it.
It wasn't the turf.
It was not the turf this time.
It was
him doing too much.
Rodgers holding on to the ball too long.
Doing too much.
Not getting rid of it.
No, it was. It was a 3-step drop. The whole point of the 3-step drop, the tackle's going to cut to get the defensive end's hands down. So if you don't release it right away, you're asking for problems. And that's what happened.
Debbie.
What up, Miss Debbie? What up, Tommy?
Hey, Miss Debbie.
Miss Debbie. Let me send this.
Man, I just feel like Aaron going down the way that he did, 9/11, all that going on all in the same day, same spot. Like,
let's not say what O.J. Simpson said.
New York boy, they just keep.
It is what it is.
You know,
it is what it is.
what
Jeez.
it is for them. So it's just, man, yikes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always fun whenever you see a new team or a team that hasn't been in that contender picture for a while step up, and now there's a lot of hype around it, right? So again, you go back to the Mark Sanchez, Rex Ryan teams that had Bart Scott at linebacker with Darrell Reeves and all those guys. Like, yeah, those are the last time we really saw the Jets in the AFC Championship. But it felt different, right? Like those teams was like, oh wow, look at the Jets behind that defense. But now the Jets have the defense. Now they just need that quarterback to run the offense, and then they make the move for Dalvin Cook. So it's just unfortunate that, like you said, not even the fact that it happened, it's when it happened, right? Like the fourth play from scrimmage. So just unfortunate. And like I said, and even speaking of that, and if you look at it, I've seen some doctors talk about it, especially online. It was an injury that the turf did not cause. But again, we've seen the turf cause a lot of injuries. We've seen, again, you saw the 49ers in back-to-back weeks where they played the Giants and the Jets in 2020. I think Bosa went down. You saw Jimmy G, how he was playing. Solomon Thomas went down. A lot of players. And since then, I know the Niners have been very vocal about turf fields. You've seen a lot of other players. I think David Bakhtiari spoke out once Aaron Rodgers got hurt. And so, yeah, I just want to hear y'all's thoughts on the whole turf versus grass debate. The numbers are out about what's supposed to be safer, but I just want to hear what y'all say about it.
I was just going, before we do that, Jordan, I was just going to say my take on the whole Aaron Rodgers getting hurt. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to say something a little different, right? Karma is a bitch. Yeah. So nobody ever wants to talk about the asshole side of Aaron Rodgers, right? We didn't seen Hard Knocks and fell in love again, right? So now it's, damn, let's go A-Rod, let's go Jets. We forgetting about how A-Rod has been an asshole the last 2 years in Green Bay. Has caused a lot of problems in Green Bay, has talked a lot of shit, has done, so many things. And so now, you go to a new city, you're 39 years old, you on Hard Knocks talking shit, talking about, the Lombardi trophy look lonely and all this shit, like you gonna be, Joe, bringing a championship to the city. Nah, bro. Nah, I ain't taking it easy, Gerard. My what's up, Dan? What's up, Gerard? I think Trey in here too. But I mean, the point. Oh, Kay in here too. What's up? Them all my frat brothers. What's up, y'all? So legit, nah, man. I mean, gone in 60 seconds, 4 plays in. Your ass coming back at 40, talking about I'm gonna give it a shot with an Achilles injury. Already non-mobile, right? So at 40, he gonna try to come back and fulfill what he was supposed to do. Nah, my boy. Hey, and he took a 30-something million pay cut. Should have got all that money, A-Rod. Now you in a boot, 34 million less, no season this year. Oh, you need to go back in that dark room, my boy, that you was in months ago. Come back down there, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's like, man ran.
Oh shit.
Wasn't he stupid? Kay said A-Rod ran with the flag and then got carried off on it.
Wow.
But here's then the question, because I mean, just knowing Aaron Rodgers as we do, I don't see him.
Salute.
Here's the thing though. As we know Aaron Rodgers as he is, we know how much he loves trying to prove people wrong. So I feel like so many people saying, "Oh, he's old. It's an Achilles. Like that's it. He needs to retire." And just off of that alone, I don't think he's done. Now, I'm not saying done as in being Aaron Rodgers like we know Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think he's done trying to prove that he can still play. So he'll be back next year.
Hey, do Aaron Rodgers talk to his parents?
Don't think so.
I don't think he does still. I think that the whole family thing is done.
Mrs. Watkins, don't do me like that. Now, I mean, now we got to call it spade a spade. Now we got to call it spade a spade. Now he was wrong, and all the time you can't keep doing wrong in the world, and wrong ain't gonna come back on you. Now we know how it works.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You do reap what you sow, and it just so happened that he reaped immediately. I ain't laughing at his injury.
I was like, "Dang, you don't put that on out in the universe like that, my guy."
I know. Hey, I'll be at CrossFit tomorrow and be like, "Oh shit, So let me relax. Let me relax. I ain't laughing at his injury. I'm just laughing at the fact that this man thinks that he can do and say whatever he wants, and nothing is going to happen to him. It just happens. You dig? Terror Dome, we ain't about to start right now. Ain't
Now
no
Cooper
yum,
Kupp about to be
yum.
fully
We
healthy.
ain't no yum sauce, my boy.
He about to have 1,000-yard season because of Dan. Dan and I are talking about Aaron Rodgers. Cooper Kupp gonna be fully healthy.
You know
I'm
how
ready to come off the injury list. I'm ready.
You know how it goes. If
Exactly.
Dan's saying he's got to go into the house of the Lord on Thursday, it must be serious. But yeah, let's go to the next part about it, man. Like I said, the grass versus turf. You've heard a lot of players talk about it. I have my thoughts on what I think is best, but what the realistic situation is going to be. But I want to open up to y'all about what you think about this whole topic as it's popped up again because of Aaron Rodgers' injury.
Grass and turf is like concrete and wood to basketball players. Like it's bad, it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It's messed up a lot of lives and a lot of bodies. It's caught a lot of bodies out there. Once your foot gets caught in that turf, it's over with. You don't have the proper shoes. Yeah. You and then on top of that, it's even worse on your joints than it actually is grass. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not a good thing at all. That's just my take on it.
So are we keeping it a buck, or are we just, we talking science?
I mean, we know the money. No, we know the money.
There we go, Rod. Because you know what I was getting at. You dig what I'm saying? Because Roger today said it was all about the science. You dig what I'm saying? We ain't talking no science, my boy. We know grass is better than turf. We know that turf is cheaper than grass. It's cheaper to upkeep. You know what I'm saying? So
it's the upkeep, exactly.
Owners, these NFL fields, basketball courts, baseball fields, these are the new plantations, baby. And you want to turn a profit. You dig what I'm saying? You don't turn a profit by bringing in the best of the best. You bring in what's affordable, what's cheap, what's going to get the job done, what's going to put butts in the seats. You dig what I'm saying? So if turf is more dangerous than grass, they don't give a damn about that. Get out there and play, man. They don't give a man. They keep talking about player safety and all this bullshit. 80% of the players say they want grass fields, and none of this is being heard by ownership.
Think they care?
Of course not, baby. Get out there, run, and catch as fast as you can. Hope you don't get hurt. If not, the owners is like really next man up. They don't give a damn.
Sad, but it's real.
It's real.
No, it's very real. It's very real. The way I look at it too is, again, cost-wise, it's not even the fact of just keeping up with grass, right? It's the fact of think about how much easier it is now to have other events in these stadiums and in these arenas because you have that turf. It's so much easier to roll out, take care of, what have you. I mean, again, obviously, like here in Atlanta, we have Atlanta United games sometimes the day before a Falcons game. Think about how bad that grass would be and how much money it would take to upkeep to do that. Or you might have to build a new stadium. They don't want to do that. I remember too, there was one year, there was a Niners game, and I think a day or two after we played a bowl game over at Levi's. That field was awful. And because it was so bad, it was one of those things where you put people at risk for injury by how bad the surface is. So you do that. That means that, hey, this is dangerous. We might not want some of these other events might not want to be here anymore because it's not going to be in a good situation, good condition. So you lose out on that money. So it's one, but yes, the operation cost, you keep it down, which we all know. These owners are billionaires, but they're still cheap. Like let's be real about that. But at the same time, they want to make money off of those other things that are going on as well. So that's the whole thing about it. And that's why as much as I know that the players are right and I 100% agree with them, I just know realistically or feel like realistically it's just not going to happen in terms of all fields being grass.
It's dangerous game.
No, I'm with you. But see, this is the bullshit about it, right? Like Dan mentioned how Goodell was talking about the science, right? I mean, we're so far like tech wise, how these stadiums are built and constructed or whatever. I mean, they honestly could have the best of both worlds. They do it for soccer. They mentioned it, right? The players have already mentioned it. They roll these grass fields out on these stadiums with turf for soccer. If they want to keep the turf underneath for concerts or whatever, wrestling or whatever the hell happens, cool. But you can still afford to protect your investment of your players. Like, roll out the grass, man. Like, to me, I don't think there's a stadium in the NFL outside the Superdome that shouldn't have grass. There's no excuse.
The only dome stadiums that have grass are the Raiders and the Cardinals. They also have space though where they can roll the grass out, and take care of it.
But even in the other dome stadiums, they open up. They can let the light in. Like, it's an excuse to not have grass. They can do it if they wanted to.
You can open up to get some. You can open up to get some of the stadium. You don't get all of it. Like Atlanta, if you open up the roof, you're not getting the whole stadium. And that's fine. I think others are like that too. Also, I wanted to point out something that Christian said though. So yes, the Giants have had bowl games in Oracle Park, but we got to remember the time of year that happens. That's going to be in December or January, usually December, because it was like the Emerald Bowl, I think is what it was. So it was one of the earlier bowl games. You're not having Giants games. You're not having Giants games at that point of the year. So that's the one thing that's going to happen. You can afford to have that one game, and it's okay.
Hey, like Dan said, the owners aren't gonna do it. I mean, it costs too much money. The upkeep, whatever. It's bullshit. What's gonna have to happen if the players are serious? They're gonna have to put it in the next collective bargaining agreement. Like, and if they want to strike on it or hold out or whatever, how serious do you want that to be the case? Like,
or here's the thing that people have brought up before: how about if you're a free agent, you tell teams that have turf, like, I'm not playing here. I'm not gonna play here until you fix it or you have your fit playing conditions and something that I deem is suitable and safe for me. I'm not gonna play here.
I mean, that sounds good until Jerry Jones write that check and you be like, well,
I mean, Jerry Jones isn't the only one that has money.
That's true, but it's like I'm saying, like, how serious do you really take that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's another team in Texas, and they used that. Well, other team in Texas, they used to have grass, but now they switched to turf.
Did they switch to turf?
2 years
Texas?
Ago. Yeah,
okay,
a few years ago. But no, I mean, like I said, it's an interesting topic. And again, like I said, I don't want to play the guy of the players are dumb and don't understand business. I know they do, but it's just the thing of here's why. Even though I agree that all stadiums need to be grass, here's why it's not going to happen.
Right.
Again, like I talked about, these owners, as billionaires as they are, they're cheap. I mean, look at it this way: the Oakland A's, we all know how little their salary cap. I know it's a different sport, but I think it's a perfect example. The Oakland A's have the smallest payroll in baseball. They're like the fourth most profitable team in the MLB. You don't think that John Fisher likes that while he's trying to pitch this case to go to Vegas? He's making all that money without spending a dime on that roster. So that's exactly what all these owners think about and how they act. So yeah, unless they have to switch, I don't expect them to switch. Like, I know they're all getting a nice pretty penny for that World Cup. So that, it's a little bit different. That I'm sure that penny's going to be nice. My mom has her.
That's fair.
Shout out Morris Brown College, by the way.
Morris Brown. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Morris Brown.
That's what's up.
Y'all couldn't hit her with a flight of the Bumblebee, that's for sure. But no, let's.
Most people don't know how to read the sign that say toilet. Don't mean they don't know how to use it.
Exactly.
They get winners at Morris Brown, baby.
If you need a job in a little bit, you can call me too.
You can call me too.
For anyone who's in the comments that doesn't know what we're talking about, we're quoting the movie Drumline. Phenomenal movie. But no, let's get into it. I know why everybody's here. We want to talk about some week 2 action, some of the big games inside of this group. I want to save the big one between all of y'all for last. So, and of course, Unk isn't here, so we can run through this really quickly. The Eagles coming off that win week 1 on the road against the Patriots. Now they're going to play tomorrow at home. Thursday night game on Amazon Prime against the Vikings. Both teams not going to be happy with their performance.
why?
Coast, if you're the Eagles, you are happy because you got the win. Vikings lost to Tampa Bay. So what's the – oh, that's dope. Why? So my grandma, she went to Morris Brown too. My mom and grandma went there.
Mhm.
But
They probably know each other, real talk.
they honestly, they might. They really
Right.
they really might.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thoughts about Vikings and Eagles tomorrow?
Knew a couple of chicks that went there.
Don't we all?
Right. Oh boy.
Who wasn't down at the AUC? This guy
Right.
was. For sure.
Yeah, I heard there was like
Oh.
some kind of fun music festival or something that was always going on.
There's always a music festival going on.
Jeez.
But yeah, let's get into it. Vikings Eagles. What are your thoughts? What's the score going to be? All of that good stuff.
2017 Eagles, close game. Home opener for the Eagles. I think they pull it out, pause with a field goal at the end or towards the end. But I think it's definitely going to be a close game throughout.
No, I like that. I think the Eagles take it, home opener, like you said. But Minnesota, man, they don't want to get too far behind. They don't want to start out 0-2. Jay Jett is already like, look, something ain't right. Like we ain't about to do this losing thing. So score wise, come back to me about the score. But I think Philly gets it done. Even though Mac Jones low key had an okay game against them.
Not an okay game.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too far because Marcus might be listening, but
Right.
Kirk Cousins might want to cook. So we'll see what goes on with that. But I think Philly pulls it out.
So, okay, I'm kind of torn because of the loss of Minnesota first week, and because of how the Eagles looked against New England in the second half of that game. Eagles definitely have the better defense. They at home. I don't know if Mac Jones can throw 54 times and connect 35 times. I mean, I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to throw 54 times. I think they'll run the ball or try to run the ball. Philly has already shown us that their defense can stop the run. Those Georgia boys on the line are not playing no games. They used to stopping the run in the SEC. So they just transitioned that to Philly. So I don't know how the run game is going to be. I'm going to go Philly, and I'm going to go probably Philly 34-20.
Wow.
All right, 34-20. See why it says 24-20 Eagles. I'm picking the Eagles as well. I'm going to go 27-21. A big part of it, I don't trust the Vikings on the offensive line. You can see all the tapes, all the cut-ups with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Even though they might not have fully gotten to Mac Jones, you ever find a way to make some things happen. Now, I think also when you look at it in terms of style of attack, the Vikings want to stretch the field. So Kirk Cousins has to hold on to the ball a little bit more. As we already know, the Patriots, they don't really have that downfield threat. So it's got to be a lot of things a little bit quicker, right? So I think that's going to be a part of this that plays into it as well. So you hold on to the ball a little bit longer, gives some of that Eagle pass rush to get there. And, I'm just going to go 27-21 Eagles because I think offensively the Eagles will do enough, but they're still trying to figure some things out now with the new offensive coordinator.
Bradbury's not playing. He's in concussion protocol, right?
Yeah, Bradbury's not playing. And then also one of their running backs, Gainwell, he's not playing either.
Right. So Swift steps up, right? He's starting, right?
I think so.
Wow.
I would imagine because Penny didn't even play right against
I think he
the
did.
Patriots. So
Yeah.
I would imagine Swift is the guy. So
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Let's
Let's
see
see.
if we can double check that really quickly. Yeah, so it looks like, at least from the injury report for the Eagles for today, Reed Blankenship, a safety, James Bradbury, and Kenneth Gainwell were all out. They're also already ruled out for the game. And then Fletcher Cox was, with a rib injury, was limited, so he's questionable. All right, so moving on to the battle of undefeated teams, the Packers and the Falcons. Of course, Green Bay got the win up in Chicago, 38-20. over the Chicago Bears. The Falcons with the home win 24-10 over the Carolina Panthers. Of course, I'm going to go last on this one for sure. So y'all let me know what you see happening in this game.
I got Falcons winning.
This is back-to-back home games for the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I say keep the good times rolling. I will say this.
It'll be close.
This is Green Bay is a way better defense than the Carolina Panthers. The only thing that left Green Bay was old ass A-Rod and old ass what's his boy name? Squad.
Randall Cobb. And Alan Lazard too.
Yeah, whatever. But they got them. They got some young receivers. They got a young tight end. I like what they got. I like the weapons.
Didn't one of them Smith linebackers leave too?
He is now. Well, he's been gone for a little bit.
He's been gone for a while.
Yeah, he's gone for a little bit.
Yeah. Nah, Green Bay defense showed you in Chicago that they didn't go nowhere. Justin Fields learned that really quick. So this will be a good test for Desmond Ridder. Very good test. I think Jordan Love is not a quarterback that we can sleep on. He showed us in Chicago that he is more than capable to lead the job. As long as his defense is playing well, he doesn't have to force any throws or force anything. He got two good running backs. Even though Aaron is a little banged up, AJ Dillon, we know, can come right in and get that job done with no problem. So it'll be a good game, a good defensive game. I actually am taking the upset on this. I'm going with the Packers. And I'm going Packers. I'm going Packers 20 to Falcons 17.
2017 in the Benz.
Now, what is up with? Did they leave Pitts? Like they just not throwing the Pitts, or what's up with that?
It was some protection breakdowns because they actually had a couple of plays designed for him, and then he was open, but our right side of the line they could not block Brian Burns. They could not block Brian Burns at all. So they had to change.
And that was one person on that line that they couldn't block.
It was two. Derek Brown. They couldn't block Derek Brown either. Derek Brown is always a problem for Chris Lindstrom.
Well, then it's going to be a problem come Sunday because Green Bay got three of them boys on the line.
Oh yeah, it's just crazy though. Like Chris Lindstrom, who just got paid, is usually a really, really good right guard. But for whatever reason, and I'm not saying for whatever reason in terms of Derek Brown isn't good, because Derek Brown is a good player, but he cannot block Derek Brown. And it's literally just Derek Brown that he has those type of problems with.
Well, that's a good thing.
No, yeah, it is. It is.
That it's just him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a good thing. What you got, Wise?
Nah, I think Green Bay gonna do something out there in Atlanta. So, and this ain't even no hate. Like, first of all, I want to say this, man. Jordan Love is exactly why you don't give up on young quarterbacks. Because all we've heard for the last 4 years is Jordan Love don't look good in practice. He's terrible. He's trash.
You listening, Steve-O?
Right. He played 2 games. He played 2 games. Didn't look good, right? They developed him. They stayed with him. They stuck with him. He comes out in week 1 against the Bears, who the Bears have a solid defense. Boy looked nice. Boy, I'm not saying Jordan Love's a top 10 quarterback, but I'm saying he's no scrub. The kid can play. Jordan Love can play. And I think he might do something against, the reigning defensive player of the week and the Falcons, your boy Bates. But I'm with Dan, man. I'm going to go Green Bay. I like that 27-20 score. I'm going to go 27-17. I like that. I like Green Bay pulling up, taking them out. So no disrespect though, Jordan, but it is what it is.
Not at all. I still got the Falcons winning the NFC South. So.
Desmond Ridder had a solid good first game. Yeah. So, but yeah, get my boy Kyle Pitts the ball, man. Killing me in fantasy. Shit.
I say somebody must have him in fantasy. I'm gonna go 27-21 Atlanta. I want to see
same score as the Vikings and Eagles, huh?
You said what?
Same score as the Vikings Eagles that you got, huh?
Oh, I did.
I might play them numbers, Jordan.
He might be honest. I know. Let me go to the gas station real quick. Yeah.
But no, here's the thing for me, and I've watched both games, right? The Falcons Panthers game back. I've watched the Bears Packers game as well, and The thing for me is
So
that
disrespectful, Steve-O. You so disrespectful.
obviously the way I look at it is, of course, like you said, the Bears have a solid defense. They're not really that good up front, where the Packers and Jordan Love had all day to throw. He literally had all day to throw in that game. I think the Falcons can make things a little bit more difficult for that. Also, Aaron Jones popped up on the injury report. Y'all saw when he caught that touchdown pass,
He grabbed his
pulling up the
hamstring.
hamstring. So
Yep.
Yeah.
he was out he was out today. We'll see what goes on as the week progresses. But also Rashawn Gary popped up on there, who was one of those edge rushers that Dan was talking about. And Quay Walker popped up on it too, who's the one who got the pick six.
Yep.
So that's a big thing about it. And Aaron Jones was their leading receiver. And so all of a sudden you take that away, and Christian Watson still bothering with the hamstring too, potentially. They might not be able to stretch the field, which means that the Falcons secondary can play up again, just like they did last week, which is going to make things a lot better for us. Now, yeah, AJ Dillon is a problem, but he's a different problem, obviously, than what Aaron Jones is. They'll run screens and things like that to AJ Dillon to try to get him in open space and
Another
get
bowling
downhill.
ball.
Yeah, exactly. Get him downhill. But in terms
Yep.
of running routes and things like that, the way that Aaron Jones can, it's a completely different situation.
It's night and day. Yeah.
So I got to watch that. But yeah, I'm going 27-21 Atlanta. We go to 2-0 before we head up to Detroit.
Nice. Which will be a nice game, too.
That's going to be a
right there.
physical game.
That's going to be a game right there.
A physical game.
Just so you know, I'm picking the Lions already. Anyway, keep going.
I respect it. I do. All right, here we go. The one that we're all been waiting for, down at what they call Levi South. Obviously, another matchup of 1-0 teams. The Rams going up to Seattle, getting the win.
Those fans, they love our street meat. No pause. they love it. We can pull up the clips. They love our street meat.
The Rams go up to Seattle, get the big win over the Seahawks. The 49ers went on the road and absolutely dominated over the Steelers. So now here they are. They match up week 2. We know the streak that the Rams have in the regular season. But there's that one game that Dan can always hold over the 49ers heads up, at least until the 49ers actually complete the mission, and that's the quest for 6. So let's talk about the game. And since I don't have a dog in the fight, I will go first. I think early on, I'll be real. I think early on the Rams give them a fight. I think they're going to feel themselves a little bit. I do like what their D-line looks like. Y'all know me. I love looking at D-line play. So I love what the line looks like. But at the same time, I just think that it's just going to be too much for them. And I think the 49ers, which, as we know, everyone travels well down to Levi's when the Niners are there. It's going to be, I'll say, 31-13 49ers.
That sounds about right. Sounds good.
I can respect that. I mean, seeing as it's our home opener, I think the crowd's gonna be real energized down there in SoFi, for the home opener. It's gonna be a good one for us. So I don't think they're gonna give us trouble, but I think the Rams are better than what people give them credit for.
Yeah.
Which is better than 4-12.
No. Y'all not getting Caleb Williams. It's not happening. Y'all not. I'm sorry, it's not happening because y'all are too good. But I think we swarm them overwhelmingly. Until he doesn't, I'm gonna have to say Purdy's gonna drop 30, regardless. So I'll go Niners 35, Rams 13. So 35-13, I just think we get it done, run up the score. The home opener, the crowd's going to be really hyped out there. I'm excited for it, man. I'm looking forward to that game, But hey, the Rams, they not as bad as people think they are. So
go ahead, Rod. Go right on ahead.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no. No, sir. No, sir. Won't be no balls dropped on me.
Hey, man. I don't know why. This is a divisional game. Something in the division. Something tells me that this game might be a little closer than what I'm expecting. I'm looking at 35-28.
Ooh, Niners
For some reason. Yeah.
Ooh, it's a thrilling game. I mean, a score like that would give me and my fans great hope. And that's all it would give us. Hope. Because we ain't got a shot to do shit else. Now, I'm picking the upset.
Golly.
Shocker, right? Damn, Terradome.
I know. Like,
Hey, you know what? But real talk though, if it is 40-3, embarrassing, yeah. But like,
it ain't happening, man. It ain't happening. Yeah.
My gosh,
Are you
but,
allowed to even do that, Jordan? Like,
I didn't keep going.
oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, you know, it's
You
all
didn't know
good,
that
man.
much.
Like it's
They
it's
play it
all-
every other play during if you play them.
He heard it a
us-
lot Saturday. Believe that.
No, actually, I didn't. I was hey, first off, okay, let's get sorry, man.
Hey,
I
I'm
hate
just
to cut
saying,
you
you
off.
heard it a lot Saturday.
I hate to cut you off, man. I just want to get one thing straight. All right. So my time at Stanford, right? We won 3 Pac-12 championships. USC won none. We went 4-2 against USC. Won 2 Rose Bowls. Went to 3. They won. No. Anyway, please continue on. But sorry, I didn't mean to go.
My time at USC, we won 2 national championships.
Yeah, well, when
Stanford didn't win none.
Well, when you were at
Dan
USC,
say? What would Dan say?
When you were at USC, we didn't know a black
Not a
president.
damn
was a
thing.
possibility, so
No.
that don't count. That
Dan
don't
would
count.
be like, who's more relevant now? Who's been more relevant recently? Like, I'm just saying that you know what it is. So,
but USC is back.
I could make the argument that since we recently just switched conferences later than everybody else, we've been kind of relevant.
That's fair.
That argument.
I give you that. Shout out to the ACC. Shit, the ACC.
Hey, they chose right.
I mean, if they wanted to survive, I mean,
competition is they chose.
Shout out to Clemson. Go ahead.
Marcus gonna hear from me though when we beat Duke in basketball.
Oh, that'll be fun. Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Good seasons we've gotten swept by the Cardinals before. That's so. Christian, you bring up a great point, and I'll just say this for our division, y'all. Like legit, our division. Everybody beats somebody, right? Like San Fran always beats us. In decades ago, when we had the greatest show on turf, it was roles were reversed. But you know, whatever. What have you done for me lately? Lately, the 49ers have just, destroyed us. So it's not even, it's dang in the Pac-3.
They don't even have 3 right now. They only have 2.
Wow, that's slim pickings, boy.
That's cold, Mama Watkins.
Yeah,
That's cold.
Pac-3.
Yeah.
Dang.
Your son was in the Pac-12 though.
I almost thought she said pace. So
if it was Marcus, she would have.
Exactly.
If it was Marcus.
Oh shit. That's wild.
So the 49ers beat us. We always beat Seattle. Cardinals beat San Fran, and Seattle beats the hell out of the Cardinals. So it's really weird how that goes within our division. Like, I mean, certain people just have certain people number, and it don't mean nothing. So, I mean, could the Rams upset the 49ers any given Sunday? Yeah. Do I expect that? No. Do I hope for that? Yeah, because I get to talk shit, and finally we can stop that streak from just losing every single season. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they want to start a new streak, cool, but let's stop the bleeding. You know what I'm saying? Let's put a bandage on that bitch. Let's wrap that motherfucker, like, go get an MRI on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, we got to stop getting beat in the regular season. I mean,
this guy.
Even Tina fought back, huh?
Like, God damn, like at some point you got to say no, Ike. You know what I'm saying? At some point,
give it a boot.
Like, Dang. So, I don't know what we need to do.
God damn. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dan.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
My
Hey,
face
Turbo,
hurts.
I don't know what's going on with Stetson Bennett, but it is great news to me. Like the setup,
man.
the setup for the tank for Caleb is really happening, bro. Like it is happening behind the scenes. We started it off with Cooper Kupp, putting him on IR. Great job. Rest up, Cooper. Get yourself together. Now Stetson Bennett is not even on my team. So like, bruh, it's happening.
Wait, what?
Bro, he on the NIF list, man. That boy is inactive right now.
Man, I saw him back in Athens the other week. Yeah.
My boy is getting help.
Wow.
He ain't even on the team right now. And that's 100. You know what I'm saying? So the setup is happening. If the Jets are dumb enough to make us an offer for Matthew Stafford, which I hope they do, I don't know what quarterback we'll bring in there. But what I do know is whatever quarterback it is, we ain't got no chance of winning. So, it was great to win the season opener, great to do it on Seattle stuff, so forth and so on. But nah, man, we need to get Caleb Williams. And that's it. That's it. The Cardinals ain't going to get Caleb Williams because Caleb Williams is not going to come out of school if the Cardinals have the number 1 pick. You heard it here first, Christian. He's not coming out of school.
To Canada.
If he's
He'll
not
go to Canada.
He ain't coming out of school. He ain't got to come out of school. He gonna make more money in school than he would make in Canada.
I think Christian's saying like next year, like if he does come back, he plays that 4th year. If they're terrible again, he goes. That's why I said no.
That's hilarious.
He'll go to Canada.
You might already be out of the Caleb Williams because did you see Dobbs play against Washington? Like the Cardinals are bad. They might not win any games. They might not win any games. So you might already be out the sweepstakes, man. You better hope Shador come out.
He not
right.
Him and Travis Hunter come out.
I wouldn't if I was him. Yeah.
He comes out in 2025. He's damn near number 1.
Agreed.
He's damn near the number 1 overall pick.
Mm-hmm. He's
if he keeps doing what he's doing.
Mel Kiper had him number 3 right now on his board in terms of quarterbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't come out this year. I don't think he's gonna do his dad and Travis like that. He gonna ride with him. So
they're gonna ride in Colorado together. They're gonna ride in Colorado together. So I love it. But no, Rams on the upset. Low scoring game. I got it 21-20. Actually, 21-20 Rams.
Is there a missed extra point? Is it a field? How does it get to 21-20?
I don't know.
He said Booty gonna miss a kick.
I don't know.
That's what I was trying to set him up. I was trying to set him up.
But I got that score being just like the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know what is weird about it, but I got it being a 1-point game. I got it being a 1-point game. Rams winning late in the end of the game on I don't know how.
They just are.
I think we'll really get to see how Brock Purdy plays in this game. If he's actually a middle of the pack type of quarterback, or is he up there again? If he's
our secondary is trash.
Like, wow.
So our secondary is trash. So if you get past that front 7, then and we know what Debo does to us. You know what I'm saying? Now Brandon Ayuk looking like he want to get some money. So
well, Jalen Ramsey's no longer there, so y'all might
and I mean I already said our secondary
he wasn't doing nothing then.
And we saw what Debo did to him.
That's what I was saying. Like you might be okay since Jalen Ramsey's not there.
That's true.
We had a fighting chance with Ramsey. So
good question, Christian. I don't
think so. I think he goes to the NFL. I think that he's going to leave Colorado in a great place in the Big 12, and he's going to move on to the NFL. That's what I think.
See, I think he's going to move on, but I don't think he's going to the league. I don't think he wants to deal with it. Like, to be honest, because he's going to get paid wherever he goes. He's going to get paid.
Where he goes. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think one of those SEC teams is going to come calling.
Yep.
And he going to answer the call. So
Or
Wouldn't be surprised if
let's
he
just
comes
say-
in there behind your boy down there in Alabama.
you
Saban.
think behind Saban?
I mean,
If he
Saban's
takes
getting a
over
little,
that-
he getting long in the tooth. You know, he been around a while, so
Just saying. Wouldn't be
give him
surprised.
2-3 years. Yeah, I can
I
see
still
that.
want to see. I know Florida State's off to a good start, but let's just say if Norvell doesn't get them to where they want, let's say they still haven't won an ACC championship. Who knows? Because I know Florida State and Clemson have both talked about potentially leaving the ACC. So maybe that's the way Florida State does that big splash into a new conference.
Thank you,
by
Jordan.
bringing in
I,
Dion.
I was just about to say Dion ain't going nowhere else except to his alma mater. He will go to Florida State. Florida State got that. Listen to me.
I don't know.
Listen to me and listen to me good. Florida State is finally relevant again, right? Yes, finally relevant again. Okay, they're going to build that momentum, and it's just going to happen. There'll be a couple games that's lost. Somebody can't take them over the top, whatever it is, and they got to move on. And that moving on is Prime. And when I tell you, if Prime goes to FSU,
boy.
every fast child in
Florida
Miami
kid.
Oh yeah,
is
no
going
doubt.
And the whole state.
to the
The
Central.
state, yeah, he gonna have
Whole
Florida
state.
on lock.
The
But,
whole
That's Florida
state.
lock.
I heard
Will
Florida
go
don't
to
really have
FSU.
football players, but that's what I heard.
Athletes.
Yeah,
Athletes.
the athletes. There you go.
Athletes.
I'm gonna tell you just like this. He gonna get some of them Georgia boys too.
Oh yeah.
He gonna
no
get some
doubt.
of them Bama boys too.
Oh,
He gonna. I'm telling you, he gonna.
We already
Hey, man.
Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's from Georgia. He went to
sure
Collins Hill
is.
High School. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
No,
like
I mean,
like
that's the thing.
Florida State, that's obviously, I feel like they missed the opportunity, to be
Me
completely
too.
honest. I feel like they missed the
agree. When he
opportunity
went-
trying to grab him already.
Yeah.
When he went to Colorado, I honestly thought Georgia Tech was going to get him. I was like, he's going to go to Georgia Tech. He going to have Atlanta crazy. And I think they missed the opportunity also. But now that
Georgia
Prime,
Tech needed Prime.
you imagine him doing what he's doing at Georgia Tech. Man,
It'd have been
I
ugly.
promise you, Georgia would have been nervous.
It'd have been.
I promise you.
Hey, it would have been ugly. Like we got, I don't even know if my frat brothers are still on here, but we got a brother chapter at Georgia Tech. I can already, it would have been live.
The Divine One at Georgia Tech.
Exactly. But look how the hood is already following him to Colorado and the things that he does in Colorado. In Atlanta, nigga. I mean, my bad. Man, it would have been crazy out there. Like, it would have been crazy. And it's wild. Like, Jordan probably did this too. I woke up the last 2 weeks on a Saturday to watch Colorado football. I ain't never done no shit like that in my life. And I love college football, but I'm watching Colorado at 9 a.m.
See,
because of Prime.
At 12, I'm watching Colorado too because of Prime.
Yeah.
I sadly had to do it for work the last two years, but that was at least entertaining. Before they were entertainingly bad.
Bad. Yeah.
Now they're entertaining.
So I'm a Mizzou fan, right? And so for years, Mizzou was in the Big 12. Colorado was in the Big 12.
That's right.
I'm a Mizzou fan, and I can't tell you when I watched a Mizzou Colorado game. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and they was in my conference. I've never watched a full Colorado game before in my life.
Well, I mean, the last time they were good, because we played a game. I'm still mad about this game. We lost 10-6 because Mike McIntyre was still the coach, and we played them at Stanford. Colorado went on to play in the Pac-12 championship that year, but lost. But before that, I mean, most people haven't really paid attention to Colorado since 1990 when they shared the national championship with, guess who? Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. Yep.
Oh, my God. Homecoming for Georgia Tech would have been lit.
It would have been so crazy out there, but hey, we'll see what he does in the future, man.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
It would have been you would have had futures. Never mind.
No, it would have been.
It would have been ugly. And down
You would have seen so much Georgia Tech paraphernalia. And listen, we in the city and don't see that much GT shit. And
Right.
And that shit off north. You know what I'm saying? That shit right in the middle.
It's right off Techwood.
It's in the middle of Atlanta. And you don't see people walking around with Tech shit on unless you go to Tech. You know what I'm saying?
The
Boy,
sidelines would have been crazy for games.
You would have had the whole East Side, West Side wearing Georgia Tech shit. The whole South Side
into the
wearing
dome.
Georgia Tech shit.
They'd have moved their games into the dome.
Which again would be a reason why you need turf over grass, because you're not replacing that Saturday back to Sunday.
They'd have moved them games into the dome.
They would have been back to Ramblin' Wreck, right? The Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia Tech. Like it would have been a thing, man. It would have been a thing. So
gosh, he would have brought
that's a
some
missed opportunity.
And he would have took Travis home.
Well, all this says to me, since Georgia Tech can't do it, Georgia State, get Coach Prime on line one.
Hilarious. Get him on line
here
one.
we go. But let's round it out with this. So some of the other games that we have, some of the other games we have in the NFL slate. Is there a big upset or a shocking outcome of another game that you have? Again, here's the whole slate for the other games.
I've been at those games, Christian.
It's I've been there too. I went to one in Athens and Georgia Tech won. But
I've been to plenty of Georgia Tech games when Calvin Johnson was there.
Yep.
Rod know my history with all that back then, boy.
I remember when I would go
Campbell,
when they had that
wide receiver from Minnesota. He was there. My gosh. Oh man, so many memories.
I went to one game when they played against Matt Ryan when Matt Ryan was still at Boston College, and that's when I knew Matt Ryan was going to be legit. I still remember that game. So yeah, the rest of the NFL slate this week: Chicago going down to Tampa, Chargers in Tennessee, Chiefs at Jacksonville, Colts at Texans, Raiders at Bills, Ravens at Bengals, Seahawks at Lions, Giants at Cardinals, Commanders at Broncos, Jets at Cowboys, Dolphins at Patriots, Saints at Panthers, Browns at Steelers. Anything there?
Not Giants, but do Chicago beat Tampa Bay?
I don't think so.
Tampa Bay?
I don't
think
see
so
it
either. That's gonna be. Now, what do you say about Justin Fields, man? Hold on, let's keep it a buck now, because
it's a mix.
Hold
it's
on
a mix. No, I'll look at this way.
Dan's about to be like,
that offensive coordinator is trash now.
That's what I was going to get to.
Trash now.
That's what I was going to get to.
Okay.
So if you and also I'm trying to remember his name. I think it's JT O'Sullivan. He does a quarterback school. Does a phenomenal job breaking down concepts, quarterback play. Watch. I would say watch some of the breakdown he did about the Bears game against the Packers, because it's an hour long, because he was so frustrated, not just with some of the things Justin Fields did or didn't do, but again, it's the whole philosophy and structure of the Bears offense. Like I watched some of it the other night because I was trying to get ready to do some podcasts to cover Falcons Packers, but there's just so much there that the whole scheme of what the Bears are doing or try to do, he is not a fan of it. So that's why I said it's a mix. Like there's definitely a lot there that Justin Fields just is not good at or good with. But it's also safe to say and fair to see, part of that is because he is not in a good structure really to learn or develop. I think it's a mix.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
It's truly fair, but damn, boy.
It's
and also,
who plays Sunday night?
The Sunday night game is the where was it? Oh yeah, because we have 2 Monday night games.
Yeah, we got. I know. I was like, why week two Monday night games? That's
Dolphins at Patriots on Sunday night.
Sunday. I see again the NFL missing the opportunity. The Dolphins and Chargers should have been prime time last week. This week, how Kansas City and Jacksonville isn't prime time, I don't know. I don't know.
It is true.
To me, that seems like a game.
Yeah,
that could go crazy offensively. That could go crazy. So
is Kelsey playing?
Yeah,
that's a good question, man. But
yes.
I think Jacksonville might be able to pick that one off. So
he's playing. It's a yes.
Well,
oh yeah, we remember JT O'Sullivan out here. Shout out to UC Davis. Not really a shout out though. Fuck Davis. Sorry, Stinger's up over here. It is what it is. So.
Hey man, why is we game banging on all y'all squads? I'm
saying, my bad. It is what it is. But no, I like Jacksonville over Kansas City this weekend.
I do too.
I like that. Like
I do too.
in Jacksonville at home.
Kansas City
KC
goes
about to
down
dig a little hole
0-2.
here, going 0-2 if it
Yeah,
happens.
that's what I was about to say.
Jacksonville
like,
played them tough in Kansas City last year in the playoffs, boy.
They did.
And I'm telling you,
They want some of that get back.
And they got Calvin Ridley there now.
and he's got
Yep.
chemistry already with Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, yep.
Yes, man.
It's Jacksonville is a
recipe.
problem.
Yeah.
Jacksonville is a problem.
They're
So
a problem.
And the Niners got to go down there and play them this year too.
we sure do. Yep. Of course, they
Yes.
finally sent us out there when Jacksonville's finally back on the up tip. So it is what it is. We'll deal with it when we get there.
Marcus,
What up, Marcus?
What up, pimp? Been missing you all show.
You missed a shout out to Mac Jones, man. You missed that shout out, man.
He gonna get it back.
That's your guy. He's what he say? What did Dad say?
He gonna get it back.
That was one Mac Jones reference.
One per
That's
episode. I feel it.
Quarterback
That's it.
sack Mac.
So you won.
Wow.
Former Bears head
No,
coach.
yeah, that's my game of the week.
Hey,
far as the
Christian,
other
he
games
took,
go.
he took that losing behavior to the Chiefs.
Ooh, Matt Nagy.
Hey, but
Hey,
they got
that-
back Chris Jones back, so he
Yeah, they got Chris Jones
does
back.
change up some things. Just saying. For him to be at that game, what was it, last Thursday, kind of gave you the blueprint that this had to be kind of close. I didn't know it was only going to be a year, though, but still.
So can we talk about that real quick, Jordan? This is
Go.
what we was kind of talking about, in the group chat. So, for the record, Chris Jones totally lost that battle.
Yep.
Okay, I mean he got obliterated in the battle. His holdout was going to be completely unsuccessful. He could have held out to week 8 all he wanted to. He was going to lose all that money. He wasn't going to get none of that back. They didn't give him no more years. They gave him only incentive money, similar to what they did to Saquon. And, you didn't even negotiate that they can't tag you next year. You can still get tagged. So you lost. You still got to pay the fines. You still got to do all of that. And you pretty much have to be the defensive player of the year in order to get all the money that you negotiated, you know what I'm saying, for those incentives. So we know you ain't going to be defensive player of the year. We know that already. So what did you hold out for exactly? You failed. Your agents failed. You failed. Like, you didn't succeed anything. Like his interview coming back talking about, I wanted to come and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third. Like, bruh, that's whack. That's whack. That's whack.
If he was gonna take that deal, he might as well have sat out until week 8. Like, to be honest, like if you were gonna take that deal, you might as well just wait it. Like,
Congratulations.
it's not
You played
happening.
yourself.
Exactly.
Straight up played yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
because the Chiefs front office was not budging. Bro,
Yeah.
you can come to every game and sit in the seats, in the stands.
All you want.
All
We'll let
you
do
can come
that.
every game, and it don't even matter. So he knew that it was just the right move, because you're not gonna get that 20 million back. You're not gonna get I know you want 30, but you better take the smooth 20 and keep it packing. You know what I'm saying? And hope to get a free agent deal. Hope to, maybe get a deal like Hargrave did. You know what I'm saying? With San Fran, because Philly wasn't gonna pay him. You dig? So somebody might pay Chris Jones next year, but we know Kansas City ain't.
Hey, so was one of his incentives though for reals the defense player of the year?
Bro, yes.
He must not have watched that Myles Garrett game on Sunday because
Myles Garrett is on his way.
It's not happening exactly. So,
Bro, like your incentives are so ridiculous. Like, you got to pretty much repeat what you did last year, be better. You have to be better than what you was last year in order to get all of the money, because it's only 5 million. His incentives are 5 million. I don't want to say only 5 million, like it's not 5 million, but bro,
well, you can say that when you got a Steinway in your back, the back of your room over there. So you can say only 5 million,
Big facts.
Exactly.
So I mean, like, my man getting, you negotiated for 25 million, not guaranteed. So you know you lost.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Facts. That boy, oh gosh, Rod has Mr. 1-0. So I see where this is going. All season, this will be
Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, Rod.
This will be updated every week. So it's funny. Like I want to see where he'd be like, I'm Mr. 7-1. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, this was actually on from the last show when
Yeah,
okay.
he had
saw
the
that.
guest.
Yeah.
And it was on here for the guest because he was a Steelers fan, and I just wanted.
I
him
just
to
happened to
that.
see it.
1-0.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just ain't changed it. No. It was just for him. That was on him. Nah, we good though. I have something different next Sunday.
Hold on for all 17 games. Marcus,
Although I did,
you are
have some
disrespectful.
land
You
on
said, is he?
I legit.
I
have
mean,
land
that's
on
true.
Yeah.
I might have it too. I love that. You know, I don't know what 49ers are. You can't do nothing with them. I don't know what a 49er is. Like, do y'all know what a 49er is? Like 49er fans, do y'all know what is a 49er?
The
Like, what does
gold
it
rush
mean?
of
The gold rush
1949.
back then, yeah.
Gold rush, buddy. We
Jordan,
getting money.
I asked those fans because I wanted to see what they had to say.
I knew
Mr. Stanford here, just ready to give up all the facts.
He gotta let us know. He gotta let us know. Mr. ACC over there. Mr. ACC.
It's the pace.
Oh,
you
man.
know. So yeah.
Oh,
that's
man.
what's
But
up.
no, I was gonna say this in terms of like that one surprise pick for me this week. I feel like the Raiders are gonna go 2-0. There's just something weird to me right now with going on with the Bills. They play, but they're up in Buffalo. There's something really weird going on with the Bills for me right now, and I just don't. I don't know if it's just because of Brian Daboll or whatever the case may be, but
isn't the owner? Isn't the one?
He's in that lawsuit.
With the
yes, with Jim Trotter.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He's in there.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's just something going on. I know Stephon Diggs has been trying to clear up this whole chemistry thing about the offseason with he and Josh Allen, but again, it's just off,
him, man.
It's just off.
Just
so,
say that,
right? That's what it feels like. That's really what it feels like. So I'm gonna say the Raiders go 2-0, and they beat Buffalo up in Buffalo in Orchard Park.
Let me ask this question: how good really is Allen if Stephon Diggs isn't there? Is he still a top quote unquote 5 quarterback? Because I think it's a whole bunch of just bull job put on his name, but I don't think Josh Allen's the top 5 quarterback. In my opinion,
the top 5
that's
comes from his
fair.
numbers. The
but
top
I feel
5
like
comes from his numbers.
The only thing for me is I can say that by so many.
You're right, and
so
that's why
many
I'm getting
people,
a look,
you know,
right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like it's not like. I mean, you look at all the top 5s, right? Patrick Mahomes. Okay, well, what does he look like without Travis Kelce? We saw it, even though that wasn't his fault last week. Because Kadarius Toney couldn't catch, but it's definitely a little different. What does? And I'm not saying he's top 5, but like, what does Tua look like without Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill?
We saw what it looked like.
You know. So it's just like you can ask that question for a lot of people. The only one that's kind of hard not to ask about is Brock Purdy, but that's because Brock Purdy's got 5 or 6 of those kind of weapons. You know, but there are a lot of teams out there, a lot of quarterbacks where you have that one guy, and it does all the world of difference. I mean, there's a reason why. And I'm not saying he's on the level of Stephon Diggs, but there's a reason why they brought in DJ Moore to Chicago. Because it's like, well, we saw the step in the leap that Josh Allen made when they brought in Stephon Diggs. Let's bring in a guy now for our quarterback to see what he really is or what he isn't.
Well, I mean, that's fair. That was a comp for Justin Fields, though. Is he gonna make a Josh Allen type jump, similar type of player? Bro. He ran a lot early in his career. Can he make the next jump? Completion percentage was real low.
I would argue though that coming out of college, Justin Fields is a better passer though than Josh Allen.
No doubt.
If you want
I didn't see him doing all this running at all.
If you want Justin Fields to take that lead, then you need to go get Brian Daboll. You need to go get Brian Daboll. So
here comes Marcus.
You know,
here goes Marcus.
Chicago's OC is trash, dog.
It's
And,
terrible.
and I mean, like,
Terrible.
I don't like young quarterbacks with defensive minded head coaches, to be honest with you.
so I mean, so
At all.
and hey, look at Brandon Staley. Do you know that Brandon Staley, in my opinion, is holding Justin Herbert back?
I would agree.
Absolutely.
I would agree.
Justin Herbert should be the number 2 quarterback in this league,
Okay, so
right behind Patrick Mahomes.
because he's a defensive quarterback, correct?
Now here's
Coordinator.
another yes,
Brandon Staley,
absolutely,
coach,
Courtney.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes,
excuse me.
Courtney.
Type of coach.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Chase Claypool.
Yes.
So if that's the case, just a thought. But does D'Amico Ryans hold back CJ Stroud?
Yes.
Not
We'll
yet.
find out. We're gonna
Not
find
yet.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
not yet.
I say yes, unless
Okay.
like you would have to. So D'Amico, the only way D'Amico wouldn't hold back CJ Stroud is if you brought in a phenomenal OC that could also be a head coach. Does that make sense? You know what I'm
That's,
saying?
and that's why I
Like,
said not yet.
yeah. So not yet. Like you have
Okay.
to bring in somebody that is just as compatible as you are on the defensive side for the offensive side. That way CJ Stroud can grow. You know what I'm saying? But like if you just bring in some offensive coordinator as a defensive coordinator because that's your homeboy, well, we gonna find out. You
You're
know what I
setting
mean?
yourself up. Yep.
So you got to get somebody that is really good with quarterbacks, that really is not going to have, you know what I'm saying, anybody that's going to hold CJ back, because CJ can ball, but he's going to have the right scheme. He's going to have the right coordinator. He's going to have the right quarterbacks coach. All of those things are important. So if D'Amico can do that and understand that, then he won't have no problems.
Let's see. I'm going to go with a different approach, and the reason why I say that is because when I look at Brandon Staley, I don't even look at what the OC situation for them as the reason why he's holding Justin Herbert back.
Well, they got Kellen Moore now. And,
Yes, they do.
That
Yes.
was part of the reason
Yeah,
Brandon Staley
But-
had to go get Kellen Moore. But go ahead.
but no, my thing though is I look at his just game decision making. When he goes forward on fourth down, when he doesn't, when you should punt the ball, kick the field, all those things is where I look at Brandon Staley. Because again, let's look
He's
at
a defensive coach.
But okay, he's a defensive coach, but still, I've seen defensive coaches that don't just go all out aggressive when they don't.
You
need to.
know who else?
And they blow games.
Dan Campbell does it. Dan Campbell does
Well,
it.
yes, Dan Campbell does it, but I don't think that
Oh.
Dan Campbell has a generational type talent at quarterback the way that. Plus, that's Dan Campbell's MO. We all watched Hard Knocks last year. We've all heard we gonna bite your kneecaps off and all this and all. That's who Dan Campbell is. I got it, but we're not talking about Jared Goff as a generational talent the way we talk about Justin Herbert. So if we're talking about holding somebody back, I think there's so many games the Chargers should have won, but their in-game decision-making in key situations, that's what holds Justin Herbert back. Again, there's no reason you should blow that lead, and how they blew it against the Jaguars. They should have went up against Kansas City Chiefs last year. But a lot of that had to do with Brandon Staley and some of the decision-making that he made as a head coach. That's where I'm saying that's where I'm saying for D'Amico, I'm not going to say that just yet because I haven't seen him in those situations where he's got to make those decisions in those big time games.
Well, is Robert Salah holding
Salah.
back? Is he holding back people in New York?
No, and Achilles is.
I mean, before an Achilles, who did he have at quarterback?
I mean, Zach, what's his name?
Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson. Yeah.
Who did he have before that?
Not,
I don't think he was there for
they
Sam
just
Darnold.
had like, or he just had like Joe Flacco. Like they just brought in somebody.
This is third year, right?
So
This
they
is
might have
year-
had that like Joe.
Yeah, year
that
three.
Joe-
His first year, he drafted
Oh.
Zach Wilson.
Dalton. He had Dalton.
He had
Andy
he had,
Dalton.
Darnold.
he had Sam
No,
Darnold.
I think he moved
Yeah,
off of
Sam
Darnold when he
Darnold.
drafted Wilson because that first
But
year,
but my point is,
yeah,
his first year he had Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold was a top pick
Number
when
3.
he came to that team.
I mean, either way it go, it's the same argument. Like he didn't develop the young guy.
But I'm just saying. So he's going through 3 quarterbacks. Granted, Aaron Rodgers was an injury, so we don't know. But
Shout out to Dan Campbell being scrapey, Marcus.
you know, it's scrapey, right? I saw it. Hey, Marcus is here, baby.
in
Marcus
the building.
Fingers is here. like legit. So I mean, we can go down the line with
Appreciate that,
What up,
Brian.
Brian?
with defensive coordinators as head coaches
Appreciate it, Brian.
that don't win.
I can also look at a. Wait, do this. I'm ready for this one. I think I know
name the
what you're about to
last
ask me.
defensive coach that won the Super Bowl.
Last
That's a
one that
good
won
one.
it, Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
How long ago was that?
I don't wanna
Outside
talk
of Bill
about it.
Belichick, who
wanna
else
talk-
has won one?
Pete Carroll.
That was
Man,
before
that's a good one.
Belichick.
Yeah,
No,
that
he
was a
said
good one
outside. He
too.
said outside.
Well, no, are you talking about before? So after Belichick, there was no defensive coordinator that won the Super Bowl.
But let's go into it a little bit more, because my whole point about it is I get your point about the offensive mindset. I totally get it. And I'm not saying that you have, I mean, obviously the big trend as of late has been to be an offensive minded head coach.
Yeah.
But also, as we've seen, another trend that we've seen that's starting to grow more is you have a head coach that's more hands off. And this is, I guess, where your point was saying about, well, if you're going to do that, you better have a good offensive mind just as good as a defensive mind. Totally understand that. But again, like I said, my whole stance on this, because it's not like, even though Brandon Staley, because I know this is kind of where this started, Brandon Staley.
Absolutely. That's what I was
There you
getting
go.
to. That's what I was getting at. Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson is the same in
Doug Peterson,
Philly as he was in Jacksonville. But go ahead. I was getting to that.
Yeah. So my
He's
point was
offensive, though.
that my point more so was that it's not like we were celebrating the defense as being the reason the Chargers were getting to where they're going. No, we knew it was always the offense. The offense was doing what it was doing, even though they spent all that money on defense, right? With the Joey Bosa extension, Derwin James, Khalil Mack, all those guys.
Keep going.
But
yeah.
Again, the whole thing was it was just the decision making of Brandon Staley. And we've seen some offensive coaches make some bad decisions that keep from winning Super Bowls. Am I right, Niner fans? Like it goes both ways.
This guy.
It goes both ways.
Oh, that's
Go ahead, Joe.
Was
Keep
I not-
talking.
was
I
I
ain't
not
gonna
supposed to do
answer
that?
that part, but keep going.
But no, I mean, it's just a perfect example because I know I have two Niners fans here, so you can validate it and vouch for it. That was the reason why I brought it up. It wasn't even really to do shade. It was just like y'all know better than most.
That was real.
Yeah,
that
like
was
y'all
real.
know better than most that even the offensive coaches do it too.
Let's cook.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Shout out to Marcus, man. Shout out to Marcus.
Yeah.
Shout out to
All
Marcus.
right. Before we get out of
Capitalizing
here,
words back to back. That boy,
Right.
funny boy.
but no,
That
before we
boy-
get out of here, anybody got some final thoughts or final things you want to say?
Have a safe weekend, man. I'll be down in Atlanta this weekend.
Shout out
That's
to
what's
Colin
up.
Kaepernick.
Who?
Just wanted to say shout out to Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, getting your money from them owners. Yeah,
Get the money,
You'll never
baby.
see you'll never see the game. You'll never see another football field again. I don't even know why they bring your name up anymore. But hey,
Not on the
shout out to
NFL
you
level.
getting-
Why my
getting
boy
the
won't
money.
go to the USFL, bro?
I
Or like the
don't know.
XFL. You know what I'm saying? Get your name up. Get back on the field. Show people what you can do every week.
I feel like part of
Hey,
that's
shout out-
proving a point.
Okay, let me ask you this, Jordan. If a guy sued you, a guy sued
You're not
you
not
are-
bringing them back. No.
That's my whole point. Like, it's just no way. If y'all
I
thinking
sue
that
the
this
company
ain't
I
gonna
work
make you
for. I sue the company I work for and be like, hey, see you Monday.
leave. See you Monday. Yeah. What?
Yeah, with my settlement money. But that's about it.
Right. What? Stop.
You go out there with that
See you
badge,
Monday.
be like, beep,
Mm-hmm.
beep.
You'll look like
Like the Jamal Adams thing.
You'll say, oh, I think
They
they
get
changed
in
the
the
laws or
building.
something. Yeah.
Can't get in, bro.
Can't get in the building.
Happen. It's
What's
just
going
not
on?
about to
So, yeah.
happen.
Oh, y'all still mad? Y'all still mad?
Yeah. Y'all still mad at me?
I thought we was
Really?
good. Yeah, I thought we was good.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Hey, let's go to lunch. Lunch on me.
Right.
No, lunch is on them still.
On you. But for me.
But for me, there you go. Exactly.
Oh
wild.
man.
Like, anytime I see anything with Kaepernick's name coming up, I just be like, man, just stop it, man. Leave it
Hey,
alone.
ain't Cap like
Leave it alone.
39, 40?
36, maybe.
I tried the last
This
time.
man been out of the league almost a decade. Dog, you're not getting back in the league now.
It's
Oh, man, I
Black
said I
quarterback
did.
in the league after 10 years? Man,
Hey.
you know, get your ass out of here.
Hey, this is what I want to happen. Let's go real wild right now. Bold prediction. Rams trade Matthew Stafford and we bring in Cap
Oh my god.
to finish the season.
Why has you got anything?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
No, I don't have anything. No, I don't have anything. Good grief.
You know,
Oh shit.
Bruh, man.
We're gonna
Oh,
give
man.
Cap. We're gonna give Cap a chance. It's so far, bro. We gonna give Cap.
They're
Hey,
gonna
man,
have
y'all need to
Hollywood
leave
Cap out
alone,
there.
man. Leave
Hollywood
Cap alone,
Cap.
man.
Hey,
Cap
man.
is never
Hey,
playing in the
we was-
league
we was-
ever
we was getting
again,
close.
y'all.
Listen, you got a better chance of bringing back Kurt Warner, man. The Cap coming back to play.
Exactly.
Bruh, just stop.
See,
leave
y'all
Cap
made it,
out of
y'all made it
man.
so bad. I told y'all MLK was gonna pop up, right? I
Hey,
told
Hey,
y'all.
low key, Jordan. MLK been popping up all night. You just haven't seen it. MLK been in your background
He's really
all
not
night.
leaving now.
I don't
He's
know
really
how I
not
feel. I don't
leaving
know
now.
how I feel about Desmond Ritter's A on top of MLK's face. I don't know how I feel about that.
God damn.
Hey, all right,
Oh,
we're
shit.
done. We're done.
Hit the outro. Hit the outro.
All I was gonna say is y'all support the WNBA. The playoffs started today. That's it. That's all I got. Y'all have a good night. I'm out of here.
Let's do this. Peace, y'all. Hit that.